Hello again and welcome to another instalment of the Travel Today wrap-up with me, Steve Jones, editor of Travel Today. I'll be providing you with a brief rundown of this week's major stories from the travel industry. And if you make it through to the end of this week's instalment, you'll be in with a shout of winning 2 gold-class cinema tickets courtesy of Hanair and Travel Today, so make sure you stick around to hear details of that competition. First to news though, and in the retail and wholesale sector. Jet Set Travelworld yesterday announced it has acquired the 50% of Harvey's Choice Holidays owned by Qantas, therefore giving JTG full ownership now of the wholesaler. Harvey's Choice Holidays was a joint venture between Qantas and Harvey World Travel created in 2000. In the year ending yesterday, the wholesaler carried 55,000 passengers, with cruising now accounting for a third of its business. It will still be distributed exclusively, of course, through Harvey World Travel. Still with retail, and Gary Alomes, the long-serving managing director of Traveller's Choice, confirmed this week that he will stand down from the role later this year after 14 years in the chair. He flagged the possibility of standing down at the annual conference last year, saying he wasn't getting any younger, and also saying that there was a need for a succession plan at the top of Traveller's Choice. So his confirmation this week won't come as too much of a surprise to too many people. What will be a surprise, at least to me, will be if Alomes doesn't retain some sort of role within the organisation. The board will be reluctant to lose his expertise and experience, so expect some sort of overarching role there for Gary Alomes. Attention will turn now to who fills the MD role. The smart money will be on Christian Hunter, who was promoted to the role of General Manager last year. More details will emerge over the next couple of weeks during member meetings. To aviation now, and Virgin Australia and Singapore Airlines put the fate of their alliance in the hands of competition regulators, arguing that it will create a viable alternative to Qantas. In a weighty 107-page document issued to the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, the carriers argued that the alliance will provide more competition for the corporate and leisure markets. It'll lead to the potential, at least, of new routes between here and Asia, and also create a boost for the tourism industry in Australia and the wider Asia markets. Interested parties have until July the 15th to comment on the plans, while the ACCC is likely to hand down a draft determination in September or October ahead of a full ruling by the end of the year. Now, an interesting tale emerged in the US this week, with Gap Adventures being told by a court that it must change its name to avoid confusion with the clothing brand of the same name. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I'm not overly convinced that consumers are thrown into turmoil over the fact that an adventure travel company and a clothing manufacturer share the same name. But nevertheless, Gap Adventures have been told they must find a new name by September the 1st. It's worth emphasising that the ruling only applies to Gap in the US. It's able to use the Gap Adventures brand in every other market it operates in, including Australia. Gap, not surprisingly, are appealing that decision. And finally, it's what you've all been waiting for, the opportunity to win those gold-class cinema tickets. Over to my colleague, Anne Majumdar.
For each of the next 5 weeks, we'll be giving away a pair of gold-class cinema tickets courtesy of Hanair and Travel Today. Each week we'll be asking a question relating to Hanair, and all you've got to do is email the answer to competitions@travelweekly.com.au. Here's the first question.
What is your rooster? What is your rooster? Hints can be found by visiting www.hanair.com.
So get your entries in and we'll announce the winner of the first pair of tickets in next Thursday's Travel Today. Tune in next week for another chance to win.
Thanks, Anne, and good luck to all our viewers in that quest for those cinema tickets. That's it for now. Thanks again for watching. We'll be back with another Travel Today wrap-up at the same time, same place next Friday. Have a good week. Take care.